Ever since Colby's childhood, he's always wanted to jump his bike like his hero, Evel Knievel. The risk is obvious. The limits are unknown, yet the commitment to jump it outweighs the fear alone. Welcome to Gnarnia, a world where dirt bike riders have no rules, limits, or barriers, and believe anything is possible.
My dream was to ride my dirt bike. I just got a huge rush out of just setting the biggest jumps. That's been my style. Like, the bigger the jump, the more fun I'm having.
It's hard to believe I've been making dirt bike films for 26 years, and the progression just never stops.
Trying to bring back the old school days of cool tricks over big jumps. This is a challenge. Every jump is going to be different. It scares me.
Distance jumping has always been something that I've thought that maybe I could do.
One of the most gnarliest feelings on a motorcycle is just jumping so far and long.
The next generation of free riders are dudes that have the creativity and step outside the box.
I kind of feel guilty being a part of that group that pushes people to go past their own limits, but that's what we do, it's what we love.
I love the rush that you get from just jumping. I believe that you just should keep pushing yourself no matter what.
Everybody crashes. It's just a matter of when and how bad you get hurt.
And I think the biggest thing is just knowing that you're mentally confident enough to handle these kind of jumps.
Work here, but I wanna. My lights are denied by those least qualified, trading profit for pride, but it's okay. Everything's backwards in America, out my way. My nightmare has come true. Yeah, it's all coming true.
Like, when you feel it,
that's when you go, dude.
The price you pay is death.
A rider's creativity leaves infinite possibilities as to what can be accomplished on two wheels. Free riders can be considered artists. Their tools can consist of a shovel, a tractor, custom ramps, or just the natural terrain elements. What inspires these riders to create and push their limits, knowing the risk may not be worth the reward? Is it the rush from pulling off the impossible? Is it the competitive nature amongst these riders? Or just the respect from their friends? Whatever drives these two-wheel daredevils, the passion to ride comes from deep within the soul.
Freeriding to me, it has no rules. It's about going out with your friends, pushing each other, and just seeing who can get the gnarliest.
Freeriding is like my passion. I love seeing what I can do on a dirt bike. It's so motivating to get out there and just try to one-up each other. I mean, I don't think I really one-upped anybody, but it's still fun to try.
Everyone's trying to go bigger than the next guy. Dune riding is really technical. It's not the same thing over and over. However that jump may change, you gotta be prepared for.
Freeriding is riding my dirt bike in a different setting, seeing different obstacles and seeing what I can come up with that's different than anybody else.
Dirt bikes are sick and just have fun doing it. I started small and look, I'm hitting the biggest jumps I've ever hit, so it's about having fun and enjoying what we do. That's two wheels.
I'm known for my whips, but at heart, I've always enjoyed just riding, and free riding is just going out and riding your bike, building jumps from scratch, getting in a piece of equipment and building a masterpiece, and then all your boys gathering up and just going out there and sending a jump.
The strong-minded individual that goes off on his own and does gnarly things just for the self-satisfaction and not for anyone else. Doesn't matter who gets to see it, you're just going off and being gnarly just because you love to do it.
I was able to take BMX's style and influence and bring it to dirt biking the best I could. I wanted to make a movie about this generation's top freeriders and the direction of where this sport is headed. What's cool is most of the dudes that I ride with on a daily basis are some of the best riders in the world.
Colby Raha grew up just north of Los Angeles in Palmdale, California, with endless terrain to ride his dirt bike. Colby's father got him and his older brother into riding at a very early age.
Our dad pretty much raised us on two wheels. We did a few BMX races growing up, which he of course dominated that as well. It was just fun to watch. Also annoying, just as a competitive big brother. It was just very frustrating. It was very hand-me-down, so like he'd get the bikes, you know, when I grew out of them, they'd be his bike now. And it was a pretty messy divorce. Like my mom kind of went her own way, my dad went his way, and everybody ended up in a different zip code. Like I was living at friends' couches and floors, and so was my brother went in with his friends. So he's like 12 years old, kind of just entering into high school. And he kind of had to pave his own path from a pretty early beginning. He just had his bicycle. He'd be hitting trails, hitting jumps, hitting a skate park, and just go find all the hot spots, go poaching around town, jumping off the roof. After school, he wouldn't even come home. He'd just go to the skate park. I mean, like he wouldn't leave until he did like 100 backflips out of the bowl. I think this kind of just helped him stay out of trouble, help find his purpose and his lane. I mean, he still got, you know, in his scraps and all that, but like being in junior high and high school, we just needed that escape.
After graduating high school, Colby worked 2 different construction jobs simultaneously while living out of his van, just to save enough money to buy a dirt bike.
I first met Colby Raha in the hills of Ritchie Canyon with Vinnie Carbone, filming for On the Pipe 7. I filmed him do his first natural terrain flip, and a month later, he evaded the police and jumped the Moore Park train gap. What really caught my eye was when he jumped higher than anyone on the new Nitro Records quarter pipe. That's when I knew Colby had potential to win future events.
The whole journey of even getting him in X Games, that was a task in itself. Quarter pipe was a new event, but still like an unknown kid.
During that practice, it just hit me. I'm like, he's the guy. For this shit, he is the guy.
Yeah, he's looked like a veteran. Like I said, you would never guess this is his first X Games.
In Colby's first appearance at X Games, he would take home gold in quarter pipe high air. The following year, Colby competed in the Nitro Games, setting a new world record for the highest quarter pipe air in history.
New world record of a height of 45 feet 2 inches is Colby Raha.
Colby would back that up with 9 medals, 4 of them gold, and the only rider to have back-to-back wins in X Games real moto.
Colby Raha is definitely one of the most creative riders. The kid has a good head on his shoulders, and he's not going to let anything stop him.
There hasn't been a real outlaw in the sport. especially in this day and age, to where they're just really ready to just go, okay, this is where I'm supposed to color in these lines, like, fuck it, I'm going over here.
When Colby showed up, he was shining a bright light, something that I thought was refreshing. I hadn't seen it in the freestyle motocross community for a long time. He's a champion, he's winning a lot of events, and he's pushing the sport. I foresee him going a long way.
With Colby's X Games success and inspiration from daredevil legends, he was determined to travel down the road to distance jumping.
Riding dirt bikes is my life. It's all I've ever wanted to do. Growing up, looking up to guys like Robbie Madison, Trigger Gum, Ryan Capes. If I ever got the opportunity to get into long distance jumping, I'd like to see how far we could go. As a kid, I remember watching Seth Enslow hitting a massive distance jump at Manny's yard.
Daredevil Seth Enslow set his distance ramp up to see how far he could fly. Seth jumped 229 feet. Unfortunately, one missed calculation turned into a catastrophic crash. 18 years later, Raha returned to Manny's yard to follow in Seth's footsteps with his first attempt at distance jumping. Now, determined to go further, Colby was on a quest to find the ultimate distance jump location. One hour east of Lake Tahoe, deep in the Nevada desert, Power Band Films director Jay Schweitzer discovered what he believed would be the perfect location to build Colby Raha's distance jump. With over half a mile of run-in, the Reno-Fernley Raceway had potential to host the biggest motorcycle distance jump ever created, if they could raise $250,000 to build the 40-foot-tall landing.
The landowner was cool with us leaving a permanent jump at the raceway as long as we brought an engineer on board and we dealt with the water flow issues.
A dirt moving company from Fernley, Nevada agreed to come in and build the $250,000 jump in exchange for being the title sponsor for our movie Gnarnia. The company had to build the jump in a specific spot and follow the county permitted plans.
I think if you land to the left of the little arroyo that we're making with a detention pond here and down there.
Good with the plan, guys. Let's work the plan.
We can't thank you enough, Dan, for making this happen for us.
You bet.
It's going to be good.
Best of luck.
While the dirt moving crew worked with the engineer, Raha would head south to take free riding to the next level. 30 miles off the central coast of California, in the Santa Ynez Valley, lies a legendary freeride location known as Danimals Domain. This 600-acre property has produced the world's biggest freeride jumps and some of the most progressive riding in history. In 2011, freestyle motocross rider Wes Agee pulled back on the biggest dirt-to-dirt flip of all time. A decade later, Raha and friends would arrive with heavy equipment to make their own mark on Danimals Domain.
Finally get the chance to go ride Danimals' yard. The hills are massive. We got a cool crew together. Bereman, Adam Jones, Hill Sack, Jared McNeil.
Anytime that someone says, hey, come out to a free ride spot, I want you to build some jumps in the equipment, I'm in.
We built a whole new line of jumps coming down the mountain, ending with two of the biggest jumps on the property.
Hitting a jump 50 a pin, I think that is the most gnarliest feelings on a motorcycle.
Like as if you're going down a freeway, except then you hit a lip. You can feel your wheels shaking in the air.
And I was just sitting up there, hands are just shaking.
I'm terrified when I'm out there. This stuff is way scarier than riding FMX.
Just going out and straight airing 250 feet is gnarly, but for me and the boys to be throwing tricks and whips over these things, it's next level.
first time I've ever hit a jump as fast as my bike would possibly go. 100% the biggest jump I've ever tricked.
One of my goals was to flip a huge jump. Yeah, it was cool to go to Jackpot's ranch and flip the 130-footer, kind of like a warm-up for Danimals. The only two guys that ever flipped that jump was Potter and Wes. Just the thought of pulling back off a jump that big is intimidating.
There's a taste of fear when the henchmen call. Iron fist to tame them. Iron fist to claim it out of the key.
As soon as I pulled, I knew I had it, and I was able to brake check it in and ended up going 190 feet. Me and Bereman were having such a good time ripping whips on that thing. I'd see him throw a little bit bigger whip than me, so I'd get amped and try to outdo him, and then he'd have to outdo me, and that's just how we are. We're real competitive.
You know, one thing led to another. Me and Raha were feeding off each other, and Colby was throwing down on this thing, and we were feeling pretty comfortable. And right up towards the end of the session, the wind started to pick up a bit, and all I picture every time I'm going is just Dan Pastor.
Dan Pastor's crash on that jump replays in our head all the time.
Yanked for a turn up and just kind of felt the wind right off the bat in the turn up. So my instinct was to kind of straighten up and just ride her in. And when I straightened it up, I just got a huge gust of wind. Blew me to the side. I basically came up right on the knuckle, landing sideways.
Gnarly, like slap over the bars, ragdoll. Flashbacks in my head of Dan Pastor, thinking, dude, this is not good. I have never ever raced so hard to get to somebody in my life. Pull up to him and the guy's like, getting my breath back. I'm like, what the? How are you even getting your breath back right? How are you even on your standing up or on your elbows at this point? That was probably one of the most brutalest crashes I've seen off such a big jump, and not many people walk away for that.
Definitely rang my bell, but again, I was fortunate to walk away in one piece. It's not every day that you can slam the ground that fast and going that far and live to tell the tale.
As Colby watched Bereman cheat death, he was reminded just how dangerous this level of riding really is.
I wonder what is going through Colby's head right now.
If you're not ready, you're not ready. There is no bending the rules. People that do that, you're going to end up hurt.
Colton, California may not seem like the traditional dirt bike riding zone, but Colby Raha has turned this concrete jungle into a free-ride moto playground.
I wanted a house with a backyard where I could build some BMX trails. What's cool about my house is I can ride right out of my neighborhood to a few different drains where I was able to get creative and build some pretty rad spots.
Sound the trumpets. We'll be around forever, still moving, nothing's changed. We just don't know no better, no reason to complain, but they know we'll never let up. That's how we found our lane, but one thing I know is we gon' roll until the wheels fall.
Hey yo, my man be on the game
like it's in permanent ink. We ain't even in the same lane, I ain't concerned what you think. Cancel culture in effect, so you gon' burn if you blink. I'm back now, got rap, niggas taking turns at the shrink. Man, this life's a fickle bitch, but I be learning her kinks. Champion with it, we out here just earning them rings. Time is money, so I ain't never serving mine in the Bing. Staying free from my family, they deserving a king. Snacking Sam, we back again, we need some statues erected. Have to respect it, goals achieved and pass it a second. Smashing these records, selected, cover necks and protect it. Cause yo, chins, I'ma check it, yes, the best we infected. But ain't no COVID-19, sick, nigga spit proper. Getting quick, green money, scheme, slick talker. Big popper, buckle like steel sawed-offs. I be all up in this bitch until them wheels fall off.
We'll be around forever, still moving, nothing's changed. We just don't know no better, no reason to complain, but they know we'll never let up. That's how we found our lane. But one thing I know is we gon' roll until the wheels fall out. We'll be around forever, still moving, nothing's changed. We just don't know no better, no reason to complain, but they know we'll never let up. That's how we found our lane. But one thing I know is we gon' fall out.
15 minutes from Colby's house, an iconic freeride spot known as No Namer's Canyon has flourished with new jumps over the last decade. Developed by one of the most skilled and dedicated freeriders, Vinny Carbone. Temecula, California, the birthplace of freestyle motocross, and now home to Australia native Jared McNeil. the 11-time X Games medalist, has built an elite FMX training facility for modern-day competitions.
I've been riding out in this area, 8 to 10 years, and I was lucky enough there to get 10 acres here, and yeah, basically just wanted to make my dream yard. So now I've got 75, 120, step up, the speed and style there. We've got the big air quarter pipe, a couple of hips, technical endo boxes. There's like so many good core people around here. We can all just cruise around and have fun and ride and enjoy it.
I'm out here past the tunnels and the bridges, even deeper than the curves. Always smell like burning diesel, drive a beater, but she purrs. Running with the wolves, sleeping in the cedars and the firs. And bodies in the bushes, we just leave them for the birds. My ring is jacked, wheels are big, gun in the back that'll peel your wig. Got a grave in the yard that I'm willing to dig. We're dealing with beef, never deal with a pig. Gotta hold on tight, I'm switching gears. Deep freeze full of that fishing gear. Been living in the ditches in the pits when nobody's surviving, cause survival don't exist. Came up in hips and I've been grinding ever since. So if you out here looking for some trouble, you can find me in the sticks. Been living in the ditches in the pits when nobody's surviving, cause survival don't exist. Came up in the sticks and I've been grinding ever since. So if you out here looking for some trouble, you can find me in the sticks.
I seen this video of these guys in Europe do this sketchy-ass transfer. It was on the quarter pipe. It was like an over-under. I was like, Colby, what do you think of this? I'm like, dude, if anyone's gonna do it, you and I are gonna make this happen. So I convinced him to come out. I'm like, dude, the idea is gonna work. Just come out and we'll send it.
Far away from the distraction, all the noise and all the action. I'll be out here near the river in the bushes. Far away from the distraction, all the noise and all the action. When I die, won't be missed. Bury me out in the sticks.
Jason Borosi is one of those riders doing some of the most creative stuff on a bike. I always have a great time riding with him, and it's amazing to see the stunts he pulls off.
From the infinite riding spots in Southern California to clear across the United States to Pennsylvania, Jason Borosi has made a name for himself with his urban feats.
Looks good.
Back on the west coast of Central Oregon, in the small town of Yoncalla, there's an exceptional rider who is regarded as the most versatile motocrosser of the last decade.
I grew up looking up to Josh Hill. I've got the most respect for him just from his racing career to his free riding career. Like the things he's able to pull off on a bike, it's insane. I'm always looking forward to see what the guys got coming up next.
Derived from a strong moto family, Josh Hill was born to ride.
My dad was like a pro BMX rider back in the day. He rode vert for GT and dyno. My first memories are riding a motorcycle around. I don't remember anything before that. My parents homeschooled me for a lot of it, and I was so pumped to do that just because I got to ride my dirt bike. Like, the dirt bike track was my family. I think it's pretty much the same way for my little brother. It's in our blood, 2 wheels, anything. BMX, mountain bike, motocross, pit bikes, electric bikes, hill climb, snow bikes, anything that resembles a dirt bike, that's what I want to be on. So we moved out to this property when I was about 15. We were just driving back from a race one time and seen 120 acres for sale right off the side of the I-5, and got a dozer and started building tracks before we even had a house. Over the years, turned into what it is today. It was definitely an experiment to see if I could promote in this event, putting it on, trying to get everybody here, trying to compete in the event. The moto climb stuff, I love the format of it. Real high intensity, short spurt, drag racing on the gnarliest dirt bikes up a hill that you couldn't make it up. A 300 horsepower dirt bike. There's just nothing like it. This place has kind of got a little bit of everything. Like, I mean, you could have like a full-blown outdoor national style track out here. Out in the back, we got the woods loop, and that's where I've just built all those kind of ladders and drop-offs and wall rides and all that kind of stuff. I feel like I've turned it into one of my favorite places in the world to ride. The big dog, we call that Full Monty, because my dad's name's Monty, and my dad just pushed all this dirt down the hill, made this massive jump. Having the Moto Climb Super Series guys come in, I was just pumped that I could introduce that to so many motocross people and freeride people. Self-made, man. There's nobody that's went out there and grinded for his harder than Colby. I love riding with him every chance I get. He's in this real elite group of people that can do just some of the gnarliest stuff. Stuff that makes people that have ridden dirt bikes their whole life spine shiver.
Ever since he's on 80s, he just builds these ridiculous big jumps. I like it.
This crew of people, I don't know what more I could ask for. Thank you guys for the best birthday ever. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Happy birthday!
Awesome.
I believe she's got the black cat bone. I believe my baby got the black cat bone. Yeah, I try to make her stay, but the little girl, she's already gone. I walk all the way from Dallas, Texas, up to Wichita Falls. I think about my big-legged woman and it ain't no walk at all. She carries around a little black bag, she keep her stuff beside. You see my woman coming, boy, you better run and hide. I believe now, she got the black cat bone. I believe my baby walk around with the black cat bone. Yeah, I try to make her stay, but the little girl, she's already gone. I try to make her stay, but the little girl, she's already gone. Dallas, Texas, and up to Wichita Falls. I think about my big legged woman, going ain't no walk at all. See, I believe my baby walk around with the black cat bone. I believe my baby walk around with the black cat bone. Yeah, I try to make her stay, I try to make her stay, but she gone. Try to make a stay, but my little girl is already
gone. 420 miles south of Portland, Oregon, a relatively new freeride spot has come into existence. The owner and creator has spent years transforming his property into this dirt bike paradise.
Dana Creech is a good friend of mine. I've been going up there for years. It was great to have Jimmy Hill, Adam Jones, and Bo Bamberg come out. We rented a chopper and had an awesome day.
I feel better than ever. I'm 19 years into my career, hitting and tricking the biggest stuff I've ever done in my life and still pushing myself. It gave me a drive and a passion to work harder, to learn more, to do more, and keep this going as long as I can.
I'm gonna find the truth. Tonight's the night. Goodbye to you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Can't take it anymore. No, I can't take it anymore. No, don't say nothing.
times is no joke. Feels like a BMX bike. I think there's like 10 jumps in a row. Fourth gear, cruising the whole line.
After an epic riding session at Area 52, Colby would return to Fernley, Nevada to check out the progress on the distance jump.
I was brought on board by Jay and Colby to design the jump while meeting the requirements of the landowner and the county grading standards.
The engineer plans were approved by the county and construction was ready to begin. The plan was for the dirt company to dig out 2 detention ponds and use all the material for the base of the landing, then grade the in-run. Once the dirt was in place, Steve Eilers would load up Alex Harville's world record ramp in Washington and haul it to the Reno-Fernley Raceway to shape the landing. Unfortunately, the dirt crew spent the first 2 weeks building an unnecessary 13-foot tall road instead of building the landing.
All right, I pull in and I'm wondering where my pile of dirt to shape is. They've been working on the in-run for 2 weeks, moved a lot of dirt. All I'm supposed to do is show up and shape this damn thing. There isn't even a pile for it. Come on, 2 weeks and nothing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the progress. This is the first time I've been here in a few weeks. And then that in-run, you guys put so much dirt on the in-run.
Oh yeah.
How tall this thing is and how wide it is. And you guys are bringing in all this dirt. So they took the dirt from the wrong area and they ended up putting the landing completely in the wrong spot, way too close to the raceway.
The jump was designed to use 55,000 cubic yards of dirt for the new landing 50 feet away.
The general contractor never even opened the county approved plans. They just eyeballed everything.
Right now we're doing it by eyesight, and then, like I said, after we get our measurements.
The whole thing was a total disaster right from the start.
Why did we put the in-run in there in the first place?
Do you have the plans on your deal? Because the engineer messed up.
The engineer didn't mess up at all. It was put in the wrong place. It's fairly easy to read a set of plans if you open them.
While the dirt moving company re-evaluated their costly mistake, Colby would need to step away to focus on upcoming competitions. A rider is only as successful as the team he has behind him. Raha has been blessed to have the ultimate factory team support from Husqvarna Racing.
What Colby does is innovative, and I feel like we're a brand that's innovative and that we're pushing the limits and that we're premium. Colby is the essence of that, where he's always pushing the limits and pioneering new things that aren't necessarily supposed to be done on a dirt bike, where he's doing it. Colby approached us right before X Games, and he was putting in the work and the effort with a goal in mind to bring home gold in the quarter pipe. One of our techs here, Andrew Bauer, was able to help support Colby with that, and our WP technician also was able to help with suspension, and they went out and tested a few days and got everything dialed so that when he went to X Games, he was 100% prepared. Bauer was able to go with him to take a little bit of pressure off him so he didn't have to worry about the bike. He could focus on his task and his goal.
Somebody Somebody like me don't come around for a century. I could be your best friend or I could be your worst enemy. You wanna do the crime, be prepared for the penalty. My shit's too real, my life could be a documentary. See, everything you do has cause and effect, so just be careful how you move, always watch where you step, and be cautious who you talk to, who gets love and respect, cause they might pop you in the chest for the rocks on your neck. I'll go hard till I'm dead and I'm running low on patience. See, I came to get that money, that's my only motivation, and I'm running out of time. Every minute here I'm wasting, I'm really the best out here, that's no exaggeration. I'm trying to make good out of bad situations. Those are facts, man, no limit where we can take this. All around the world to a million different places. I'm trying to write a legacy that lasts for all ages.
Yeah, I'm only out for action, only kind of satisfaction you could ever give a player like life can be taxing all the way up to the casket, so I'm taking everything that I need. Yeah, I'm only out for action, only kind of satisfaction you could ever give a player like me. Niggas think they slick, cut you quick like a razor blade, so I'ma count this bread, stack money, tuck it a safe away. I gotta play the play and I'm all in. Need dope, then cross in. This game I bless and finesse and keep it fresh to the core. Yeah, I'm only out for action, only kind of satisfaction you could ever give a player like me. Life can be taxing all the way up to the casket, so I'm taking everything that I need. Yeah, I'm only out for action, only kind of satisfaction you could ever give a player like me. Life can be taxing all the way up to the casket, so I'm taking everything that I need.
My staff bow, never to the slaves out. Rap, receive a cash shit, going straight to my casket.
One of Colby's good friends, Scott Kraniak, has been on the forefront of urban riding, taking his dirt bike to places never thought of before.
I've known Skrany for about 6 years. His creativity inspires me to keep pushing my limits. The stunts he pulls off even leaves top riders mind blown.
First started riding because my old man hooked me up. It's like in my blood. I'll be doing it till I'm dead. I try to do this 100% respectfully. I'm not here to break laws intentionally. I'm strictly here to get a clip and get out of there. Bakersfield means a lot to me. It's where I grew up. It's where I've done every bit of my dirt biking. It's where my budget fits. To me, a lot of people talk down on it, but hey, home is where you make it, baby.
Sick and tired of the status quo. There's something else that you should know. You got it, I want it. I ain't messing around. I don't care about authority, cause they don't give a damn about me. I want it, you got it. I ain't messing around. Cause I'm as free can be. Cause I believe, and nothing can take that from me. Yeah, cause I'm as strong can be. And I will fight, I fight for what I believe. We all have our own right to live. You mess with me, now something's gonna give. You got it, I want it, I ain't messing around. You call it wrong, but I call it right. You try to stop me, then you gotta fight. You got it, I want it, I ain't messing around.
The e-bikes are gonna create a new wave of urban riding that's insane. I get like a nervous, scared feeling when I show up. Yeah, you can get caught, you can get in trouble doing some stuff, and some people are against you. Big Five truly started out as me driving around looking for spots, and I said one of these days, if I was ever able to get myself up to the roof, I would easily drop off of it.
Come and join us and you'll see that we are proud, 'cause we got the right
Bolts on, 4 bolts.
are strong, and we fight for what we believe. 2, 3, 4, the system doesn't care about you or me. It only cares about prosperity. You got it, I want it, I ain't messing around. They lock the gates and they guard the doors, but we're good at sneaking through the cracks and pores. You got it, I want it, I ain't messing around.
There's not many dudes doing the street stuff. There's Colby, there's my buddy Hill, and then there's Borosi. Creativity is never going to stop because dudes like those guys and myself are out there creating new things. There's a certain level of excitement and a feeling that I get after accomplishing something that I see and then going out there and doing it and making it happen. I found a jump that it was over a 2-lane highway. We shoveled dirt until I sculpted more of an Evel Knievel shooter than anything. I flew about 180 feet. And then I got a little greedy. I see in the distance Derek Beckering. I literally say the words, should I throw a suicide over double traffic one last time? On that final jump, I let go of both my arms. Like I went for my handlebars and I possibly grabbed the front brake. Something went wrong and I don't necessarily know what that wrong was. I hit my head so significantly during this crash that I was knocked out for a period of over 10 minutes.
Skrany.
Oh, 911.
Skrany.
Is there any blood coming out of his mouth?
Skrany.
No.
My shoulder got so damaged, my ribs on my right side were damaged, my pelvis was on the right side was damaged, my labrum, except for my C7, my C3, which were my most significant injuries. And then I woke up in the hospital. I had my spinal cord kinked up like a garden hose. I had a brain bleed that they got under control. And I got lucky, I mean, not gonna say it myself, but a miracle. So I have a long recovery for my shoulder. Getting back to a dirt bike would be my ultimate, it would bring the biggest smile on my face to just trail ride. Even twisting throttle with my friends, man, it's gonna bring the biggest smile on my face and I guarantee you guys are gonna see it.
Once Scott was home from the hospital, Colby went to visit him. And although both were in great spirits, it was another reminder of what could go wrong while riding dirt bikes. Dunes, California, 1997. Mike Sinkmars would establish a Guinness World Record for the longest natural terrain jump of its time, a distance of 197 feet. "23 years later, in northern Idaho, the St. Anthony Dunes consist of over 10,600 rideable acres. They are considered to be some of the biggest sand dunes in North America, just 85 miles west of the Grand Teton National Park. Tanner Chadwick knows these dunes better than anyone.
My name's Tanner Chadwick. I'm from Blackfoot, Idaho, and I've been riding St. Anthony sand dunes for about 20 years. St. Anthony is a super unique spot, not comparable to other dunes. Very steep and tall, and you can't really get a grasp on how big they are until you're there. I've been able to find some of these bigger jumps. Distance jumping has always been something that I've thought that maybe I could do. As far as natural terrain, long distance jump, that's something that I definitely have a hand in. I could definitely see myself going over 300 feet, and that's a goal that I've set. I'm trying to get the bike to go as fast as it can possibly go, and I'm tucking, I'm getting it to its high R's. It's just perfect conditions, right jump, right time. It's hard to see somebody go 85, 90 miles an hour down a dune. It's almost unbelievable that you're gonna be able to do that and succeed.
How big? 281.
Bugs and red eye.
Yeah. 281 feet, that's what he went. Insane. Riding with Tanner was awesome. Dude's super calculated, he knows his jumps. He just got that place wired, so it was really cool to go out there with him and kind of get towed into jumps. I'm usually the guy that has to hit stuff the first time. The dunes in St. Anthony are just massive. Everything's just way bigger in St. Anthony.
Raha, the caliber that he's at is unbelievable.
It's always fun riding with a helicopter chasing you. You can hear the blades, and Jay's standing on the tracks filming us. You're just hoping he doesn't hit you. He showed me kind of how that jump works, and we were just going as fast as we could. Fifth gear till the throttle stops all the way down this mountain. It was a blast.
Basically what we've had to do is build a cage around the bike. Yeah, it's scary as hell because if I go down, I'm stuck to the bike. There's no eject button.
You grow up watching movies with helicopters, and I've always wanted to do it. It's kind of a dream of mine, and it was something that I'll never forget.
I'm turning away because I feel like I can't go on while we're living in this life. And when all my faith is gone, I don't even want to try. There's nothing that you could say that could ever change my mind. And with all of these steps I take, it's giving me back my life.
Tanner Chadwick passed away from a riding accident on December 7th, 2021. He is survived by his wife Camille and 2 children, Sutton and Creo.
Do you think about me? 'Cause I don't have any doubts. You this life. Even though you're never there, I didn't feel you disappear from sight. You did it well, and now you and I share the same life, missing out. And so the story goes that we're left stuck with a broken house. I know that if I had the chance, well, I'd let you know that I understand. I've let you go.
I look at our kids and I'm constantly reminded of you. I'm so grateful that I have them to keep a part of you with me, and I thank you every day for giving me those two beautiful gifts.
Tanner's been my idol since I was younger. He's just the most humble guy, and I miss him so much.
Tanner's presence is still felt amongst local St. Anthony Dune riders. Some believe Tanner is watching over them, keeping them safe. His record still stands today. Alex Harville is a rare breed. He is the only human to jump over 400 feet successfully several times. Family was his true love, but his ambition to ride stemmed from going fast, then jumping further than any man on the planet. The freeride ambassadors of FMX honor Alex's legacy.
Alex Harvill, it's super fun to watch at Caneville. He's like a little jackrabbit or something, happy as hell, just blasting through the desert. Well, he had a cool imagination.
He's got some balls and he's not afraid to just go for some stuff, and I just had fun watching the guy, just having fun on his bike, hauling ass everywhere, and that's motivating. You know, it's fun to ride with guys like that.
I've never ridden anything like this. To be riding out here with these guys, it's like a dream come true. You know, I didn't think this could happen. It's pretty badass. It's way better than anything I could have imagined. I just really want to push jumping as far as I can.
Anybody that does long distance jumping, you know you're risking your life when you're doing it. That's what makes guys like Alex Harville heroes.
No matter what, the guy never gave up. He always just tried to find things that made it work. He was always humble, he was always working hard, and great to his wife, good family man to his kid. Thanks for setting the bar for the sport. You've set a goal now that someone has to beat. You're a legend.
When I think about who has jumped a motorcycle further, I always say Alex Harville has. When he did that dirt-to-dirt jump, when I heard that he just cold jumped it, well, you gotta take your hat off to that. Like, that was a freak moment and amazing. It speaks to his level of riding and his ability.
On June 17, 2021, Alex Harville passed away while attempting a long-distance motorcycle jump. Alex Harville was certified by the Guinness Book of World Records on August 25, 2022, for jumping the furthest distance of all time, 425 feet. Alex's heroic feats have not only elevated the sport of motorcycle jumping, but he has also set the standard for future daredevils to follow. Despite Alex Harvill's passing, Colby still wanted to attempt a long-distance jump. The dirt moving company would begin pulling the equipment off the job site before finishing the in-run and landing.
The guy, he wanted to keep pulling it out. Oh, I'm pulling out this equipment, so you can't use it anyways.
The only real way for us to actually get this jump ready in time before the snowstorm was just for me, Neil, and Toes to just jump in the equipment and move all the dirt that they put in the in-run to the landing.
Got to take all this material and bring it all the way the hell on over here.
Forced Colby into the excavator.
Tell Taj, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Took like 4 or 5 days. I didn't even get to ride my dirt bike.
He'd be in the dozer, he'd be in the dump truck, he'd be in the excavator. He moved a lot of soil out here to make this happen too.
Since the runway was left unfinished, the minimum ramp gap was 140 feet. If the ramp was moved any closer, it would be sitting on a downhill slope. Raha was left with the option: return when they've received more funding to fix the setup, or attempt the jump the way it lies.
Let's get the first jump out of the way, and then we should be good. It's like I've hit plenty of 200-foot jumps, but not off of like a massive ramp, so this would be a little different to judge it. I might even hit it in third gear. You had to prop the ramp up to make sure I don't backside it and make sure I get high enough just to clear the landing.
With no prior distance jump calculations and on an all-new jump setup, the first attempt is merely a guessing game. Raha would send himself into the unknown.
47, 48 as you came in, it looked good. You had a good approach.
All right, well, fuck, I guess we'll see how that fucking...
Send that motherfucker.
Toes, we got a headwind right now.
Yeah, dude, fuck it. Got it, we got it.
Fuck. No. What hurts?
Everything.
Everything?
Fucked. I'm fucked. Fuck. Hey, get me on like a level surface, dude.
54. We should have sent you off at like 60.
It's so hard to judge that bullshit. Something's wrecked in my lower back. Dude, my fucking arm. Something's like bleeding out in my stomach, dude. I just want to go jump it again.
I know, man. And you can't leave it on those terms, can you?
Dude, I think I definitely broke my lower back, pelvis, something like when I move, it just clicks, dude. Laid up, dislocated shoulder right now. I snapped my pelvis in half, and luckily I'm not worse. This is the gnarliest, most dangerous sport in the world. I'm so lucky that I'm not paralyzed or dead. If I would've went 5 feet further, I would have been out there jumping still, you know? If I would've went 5 feet less, I wouldn't even be here. I came out of my ketamine trip. They're like, hey, we're drilling a hole in your femur. It's because they needed to put it on traction and pull my pelvis down. It got lodged up like 1.5 inches.
Colby's injuries consisted of a broken shoulder blade, torn labrum, fractured pelvis, and a broken L4 vertebrae. After 2 surgeries, doctors added a plate and 8 screws with a recommendation that he maintain 0 weight on his legs for 4 months and not ride a dirt bike for up to a year.
But when you end up that injured and you're just sitting there thinking, shit, I love this sport, but do I really want to mess around with the big jumps?
The risk and the reward factor, I don't feel is there.
You overcome this fear and this anxiety.
Raha on the distance record. Fucking pin it, Raha.
rookie from Palmdale, California.
You need the team to keep you safe.
Just set a new X Games record with that height.
You know, there's a lot of riders who have fallen at distance jumping.
Having the ability to get back up after you're down and do it again and again.
While Colby was healing from his crash, the road course was getting destroyed by a rainstorm since the dirt crew put the jump in the wrong location.
The jump was designed to fit between two natural waterway drainage ditches to protect the jump as well as the road course.
The dirt moving company put the jump directly on top of the drainage ditch they were supposed to stay away from. Allegedly, the dirt moving company had a shortage in funds and bailed out, leaving Jay and Colby to deal with their massive mistake. With no options left, Jay and Colby had to self-finance moving the jump to the permitted location, costing them over $100,000.
When you sign up to jump dirt bikes for a living, getting back on the horse that bucks you is part of the deal. That's your job. If you bitch out and quit, you didn't fulfill your goal or your dream or whatever it might be. It's definitely a switch that you flip and focus on the job that needs to be done, and no pain or fear or anything comes into your mind. But I think Colby definitely has the desire and mental strength to do anything he puts his mind to.
Kid's tougher than fucking nails. He took it like a champion.
Right when I got back to it, I just started hitting like skate park stuff, just low risk, kind of like low impact, just fun, creative stuff, and just kind of testing out my body to see what it could handle. And it started feeling good, going a little bigger. I'm like, hell yeah, I want to come back here and stomp that thing, you know?
Dude, I think he's kind of got that fuck it mentality to just turn that switch off and go hollow head and just make it happen.
Long distance jumping, Colby for sure could be one of the next guys. Hell, I think I could be the next guy, but the price he pays, death. It's no joke. In the last few years, we've seen it way too many times.
I know he has the ambition and he has the work ethic. He for sure has the talent. So there's no doubt in my mind at some point he'll get the recipe right and come back and be victorious there.
Just 5 months after Colby's horrific crash, and with only 1 month since being cleared to put weight on his legs, Raha wanted redemption to conquer his fear over the very distance jump that nearly killed him.
After my injury, coming back here, the goal was that if I could just get to 250 feet, I'd be happy. I just wanted to get back here and prove that I could hit it, and there's a future in this for me. This time we brought in Joe Martin. Joe was Ryan Capes' right-hand man. All the numbers that Capes was able to build over the years, from ramp angles to distances, Joe was there to document with Capes.
We're going to set this weather station up on the corner of the landing here so we can tell wind speed. Coming into this jump, I was the outsider. The whole crew had been working on this jump for a while. To get everybody's trust, it was hard.
All of us had our trust issues that first time because of what happened the very first jump.
I brought Capes' numbers with me. I drew out everything that Capes' ramp was, the height, the angles, the degrees.
Well, they're similar, but the distance is a lot shorter. Different transitions in different ramps, different lengths, different heights. Every little bit makes a difference.
Toes' style, he's an old school motocross racer, so he's like me, you know? carefree, just huck it, you got it, you know what you're doing.
You're gonna feel it. Like when you feel it, that's when you go, dude.
Where Joe, just so calculated and just double checking numbers, and I mean, he's just on top of it.
You're gonna just money float it.
Yeah, I mean, I said that last time, but this time I got you guys here, so we should be good.
Yeah, well, let's do the radar and just double check.
The first jump, just nervous going in. I know it was a small gap, but after what happened last time, I just didn't want to deal with that again.
I'm on the landing, Toes is down by the ramp running the radar, and we're bouncing stuff back and forth.
I was thinking we're gonna do 50.
But if I went 50, I'd still clear it.
Yeah.
What do you think 50 would put me at?
Probably 120, somewhere up in here, but you don't want to bounce. Colby was super nervous, and to see that at his caliber of a rider, so I told him, don't hit it. If you're not feeling it, don't do it. I'd rather see you hit the full tranny on this short.
So you think 55?
Yeah. If you're not ready, you're not ready. There is no bending the rules. People that do that, you're gonna end up hurt.
As soon as we get this first jump done,
Start building numbers.
Yeah, we're on it. We're gonna get this thing moving back quick. That first one is the unknown. Once you get the first one out of the way, you know where you're at. You know you can pull the ramp back, go faster, you start building numbers, and you're confident because you know it's gonna work. Well, here we go. Get him, Joe.
Yeah! Woo! Fuck yeah! Dude, we knew it, yes.
For me, that first jump, just to get that over with, was huge.
Colby was able to overcome that fear and really put faith in the numbers and in the crew that we had.
Do we have a current distance?
171 feet. As a rider, it's a big deal to get that same jump out of your head so you can start fresh.
And then it was time to just start building numbers, you know, start pulling the ramp back, going faster. We're good. This is like really cake.
Once that first jump jitters were out, we dialed our numbers in better and sent him down the landing a little farther and then moved the ramp back.
We're gonna back the ramp up for you.
Hold him, hold him, hold him. We got 11 directly head on.
Copy. He had to rely on us, you know, his dad Dwayne, Joe Martin, and myself.
Dying down right now. I think we'll be all right.
He's going.
feet. Going back 40 toes.
We are gonna pull the ramp back.
Everything was just going so good, and it felt amazing, really. Hitting that ramp just felt easy.
'66.
205 feet, boys.
He's going.
Copy that. We're still looking good. Oh boy, here we go. 241 feet. 241 feet. We've moved the ramp back 2 times in 40-foot increments, and he just went 241 for the farthest jump.
I'm ready, I think, a 40-footer.
So when we get going back further, though, I wouldn't do too big of moves, and once you get further back, it's going to start shooting you pretty high and slamming down pretty hard. Pulled the ramp back 2 40-foot segments, and then we were getting ready to do another pullback on the ramp, and there was talk of going back 40 feet. I would go with a 20-foot move out of this one myself, but that's my opinion.
Well, we'll ask the rider. He'll let us know what he wants.
I'm okay with 40 feet. I don't feel like it's too much further as long as we have our math. And
we just have such a good landing that I feel safe about it, but we'll
trajectory though, you start preloading harder, shit changes. I was up on the landing, I just said, if we pull one more 40 back, I said, I'm walking out of here, I'm done. This is only gonna be a 20 foot, or I'm out. I'm not mad at anybody, I love everybody, no disrespect. I can't do this. You can't get greedy distance jumping. Being there at Alex's and watching that tragedy, and then Colby wrecking on his first jump, this stuff is so dangerous as an industry. I felt like it was heading downhill. You know, you had 2 wrecks back to back and one was a death. It was just terrible. So if you don't have the right guys, and if you're not calculated, it can just go wrong. Like Seth Lenzo said it the best, once you get into over 200 feet in 5th gear, shit gets weird.
Yep, we'll only do 20s. I'm comfortable with that.
Then I got the word it was only going back 20, and I was just like, good job, guys. You know, we can always go another 20, but if you go 40 and you didn't go 20, and you came up short and stacked it, you're done.
Okay, yep, got it?
Yep.
All right.
He's going.
Oh, that's beautiful.
260 feet long. We just stuck 260. Colby's feeling good. He's coming over the deck about anywhere from 10 to 14 feet right over the deck where I'm standing here. They're gonna move the ramp back another 20 feet here, and let's see if we can get close to 300.
With the crew and the numbers, you know, we're all confident, because if not, they would have told me, no, you're good. 250 feet, let's end it there. I was doing speed runs in 4th gear, getting up to 80 miles an hour. And I said, hey, let's bump it up a couple miles per hour, and what do you think about a lot of throttle off the lip? You know, my dad approved it. Joe said, yep, go for it. Looking at that ramp and that landing, and I'm like, you know, here we go again. You know, 30 seconds from now, I could be stoked, landed it perfect, or I could be laid out again.
Let's roll.
He's going.
Holy shit. We just broke 300 feet out here at Fernley. Colby just went 311.
Nice. Fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, guys, Colby back in October suffered a really gnarly injury during a practice run where he had not only a shattered pelvis, but a fractured vertebrae, to name a few of his serious injuries. He is the defending champ. He was 4.5 months non-weight bearing, but he's back. He's ready to keep that rivalry with Axel going, and he actually said, I'm definitely motivated to beat him.
All right, let's see what Raha's got on that factory Husqvarna.
Oh my goodness, he does it by an entire foot! Are you kidding me, Bilko? He goes 49 feet!
Raha coming off that huge injury last year, was setting up for a distance jump to go 400 feet.
Doctors recommended I didn't ride for a year. It's only been 8 or 9 months. Not knowing if my pelvis is gonna heal, this one is definitely the best feeling one I've ever had. Tanner Chadwick, Alex Harville, Ryan Capes, Trigger Gum, Robbie Madison. These guys are the ones that really went huge and did a lot for our sport. I'd love to be the guy to carry the torch in distance jumping and honor those legends and go for a record out here and get gnarly.
And the night grows darker still, and the night grows darker still.
Everything is burning. Everywhere I go, I see the flames. Something I've been learning. There's nothing ever gonna be the same. I just keep on moving through it all. I'm letting go of what I know so I don't hold on to the past. Don't get attached to nothing. I just keep my fucking distance from it all, cause I know nothing's gonna last. Ties are severed. Nothing's gonna last forever. Fuck it.
From the makers of Gnarnia, along with Lone Wolf, signing out.
You want it all tight. You don't want to have anything loose. You want it all tight. Want to make sure it fits like a glove, just like OJ's glove. Remember when OJ put the glove on and said it didn't fit? It actually did fit.
If you have opportunity to ride yourself a dirt bike safely, do it. Your heart's gonna explode. Your veins are gonna get bigger. You're gonna be out there enjoying life. You're gonna have this big old feeling. You're gonna have a big old chub when you get done.
Push to the brink to survive. Gotta swim with the current, you think you die. Could lose everything in the blink of an eye. Ties are severed.
I'm not allowed back. I did a fucking loop out wheelie balls deep into your pool. I get it, but you guys are fucking awesome.
As if our luck couldn't get any worse. You gotta be kidding me. Wow, okay, we need the fire department out here immediately. This is really dangerous.
Before it was like, you know, there was no, I mean, yeah, there wasn't like a freestyle deal.
Yeah, when I saw this place, it reminded me of in 2004 when I climbed up this giant hill and I peeked over the edge at Danimals and I was like, Schweitzer land. I'm kidding, dude.
I was sitting back there. They're like 80 miles an hour, 300 something feet, you know, and fucking, you want to go for it, go for it. And I'm just thinking, fuck it.
Nice.
Did it look sweet?
I think that was good.
Now it comes down to Colby Raha. He's your defending gold medalist. He's looking at his silver, ready to claim his third X Games Moto X quarter pipe high air. It comes down to this last attempt. I'm excited and I'm nervous. Can he do it again, Raha? He's got it. He's done it again on the last run. He goes 56 feet, 3 inches. Colby Raha on the last run. The last round, the last guy to go claims his fourth quarter pipe high air gold medal at the X Games.
That was amazing.
In July of 2023, Colby Raha grabbed his 6th gold medal in the X Games, setting a new world record of 56 feet and 3 inches. He also got married, and we are all excited for what comes next.